Welcome to Twin Flames with Josephine and Celeste. I'm a psychic, soul doctor, shamanic healer, and coach specializing in all aspects for twin flames and becoming into the greatest version of yourself. Now, today I'm going to be doing this YouTube on how to tell that you're with a false twin because a lot of you have asked for it. So these YouTubes are all encoded with light, love. The masters are here. Sanat Kumara, Isis the Egyptian goddess, the Christ, and I feel a lot more. And so if you'd like to be updated as these YouTubes come in, please press the subscribe button, and that way you'll get notified as soon as a YouTube is up with some helpful information for your journey. And so today we're going to look at why do false twins exist and why do you attract a false twin into your life? What are the signs and the sole purpose of a false twin? Now, I've actually had a false twin, which I'll talk about after I'll give you the information. I'll tell you about my journey and I'll share that with you. Okay, here are some of the signs I want to talk about for a false twin. I've had a false twin in my life and my journey, so I'll talk about that after I've given you the signs and all the information. So what I found with a lot of false twins is they don't have real empathy, genuine empathy, like real twins have. Yeah, you can feel it. They're not as supportive because they simply just don't have the capacity for it. They can be very limiting if you let them, or limit you in, what you do or what you're doing. They can also be a taker very subtly and very smoothly because they get to know you. They can hook you in as well. I find they are lazy and they want the easy way out. Now they come and go like the real twin does, but it's got a different feel to it, yeah? And so it's not like the real twin. The real twin, it's more intense, it's a lot deeper. And you might say, well, how do I know the difference if I'm just going through a false twin? I'll explain why as we go along through this YouTube. Also, whatever they can gain out of you, they will. It's a very unbalanced relationship as well, where the twin, because you think that well, I did, the real twin, you're very giving. So some of the aspects, before I go there, the other thing is that you'll find that a false twin, doesn't have the time for you. Now this is what I'm about to say. The next line is a key for false twins. It's the absolute key, right? And that you are not a priority in their life. They might make out like you are, but you'll find that in the journey somewhere, and this is not just from my own experience, this is from so many I've heard, it'll come out and you'll find that you are not a priority in their life. That is key for false twin. Whereas even the divine masculines, divine feminines, we're crazy about each other, even though we sometimes are a bit crazy, but we are a priority for each other, regardless of what's going on. Now, some of the aspects that are real, like a twin flame, which is like a photocopy or a watered down version, it feels like you're in your own world when you're with them. Some have had no feeling or no connection initially, so it can vary, yeah? Sometimes there are synchronicities in life that, you both have had the same kind of thing, similar interests as well, and you feel that there's some sort of a connection. But now looking back, it's not really what I thought it was. It's maybe what I wanted it to be at that time. Now, this is really, really important. Now, the journey of a false twin is a very dark journey. It's not an easy one. But what they come in, if you take the perception from spirituality, not from the human, because that's just going to put you in a darker place. But if you go from, what did this happen to me? It's because your soul wants to grow. Remember, our world is a mirror of ourself. So at that time, I'm probably talking about, I don't know, 4 years ago, I think, 4 or 5, something like that, that we met. I was just about to start writing my novel, thereabouts. And that's how we met. Somebody else introduced us. He was he knew a bit about writing. So, at that time, when we met, it felt, I didn't know what a real twin was. I still don't know personally, but I feel it when I connect to some of you who come in for your sessions, yeah? I go, oh my God, this is amazing, this feeling. So that's how I've learnt to know the difference, because I work in a sacred space. So the thing is that when the false twin came in, I was over the moon, he was helping me, it was amazing, which is probably an alpha male thing anyway. And so what happened is we became friends and we hung out for quite some time. And so, like every Sunday, we would hang out every day and every Sunday, sorry. And we would just do things that, and we just loved being together. We enjoyed each other's company. He was quite emotional, had baggage and stuff like that. So, throughout those 9 months, at the time, it was very exciting for me. But looking back now, I can see it was learning. I learnt so much. Because after 9 months, I just laid it on him. I said, look, what are we doing? And by the way, he wanted to control my finances, yeah? Thank God I didn't go there. So, it's just be very careful, because they are very selfish, self-centered, not just from my story, but others I've heard. And it can end up really bad, yeah? I was pretty lucky, because we love them and we think, oh, I'll do this or do that and whatever. So the thing is that, on that journey, after about 9 months, I said to him, what's going on here? Are we going to be friends? Because I don't want just friends, I want more than this. And I couldn't understand myself, even though I do this work, but when you're in it, it's like you can't see the forest for the trees, and I'm like, oh my God, what is this, Josephine? Is this a real twin? Like I was questioning, But now I can see it for what it is. And when I popped the question, where are we going? That was it. The narcissism came out. Oh my God, the games, photos on Facebook with other women, things that we enjoyed doing together with other women, things that he said that should have been, for us was with other women. And I'm just like, whoa. So then I thought, okay, it's obvious he didn't want, So I thought, right, I had to pull the pin on this. And it was, thinking at the time he could have been the real twin. I really wasn't sure myself. And I thought, I have to pull the pin on this. This is not good. I was hurting and hurting and hurting. It was consuming my energy, my time, and I made the decision, and I did it through email. And I thought, and as when I did, it was the weirdest feeling. The only way I can describe it to you, it was like a wheel had dropped inside of me and something collapsed. I actually had to go away on my own for about 5 days. Because it was so traumatic for me at the time, emotionally. But I have to say that I'm really grateful now because, like all the other traumatic things that happened in my life, I'm glad they're over, don't get me wrong. But I'm really pleased because where it's brought me to is to who I am now. And my soul has got so much depth to it, karmic lessons, which I didn't know at the time, that's helped me come into the more light into myself. Because then after I got over the, sort of semi-human emotional stuff, then I thought, okay, what was my lessons? Well, Josephine, what are you learning from this? What is this? So then I went through it and I started to see he was a narcissist, and I started to see all the very subtle things that he was trying to, manipulate and work on my weaknesses. And then I worked out again that Josephine had ended up in a victim narcissist relationship. That was my lesson. Huge, huge. Mother, father, ex-husband, false twin. 4 of them in my life. And I'm like, major ones I'm talking, and I'm like, oh my God. So I went through very carefully and whenever I could handle it, because it's, it's a lot. looking at what were my lessons, what did I learn from that, what was it all about. And it took some time, probably took a good year and a bit, and then I started to come into a stronger light within myself. Yeah. So, and come into who I authentically am. And I feel that narcissist victim thing, like now I can smell them a mile off. So, I can even just tell by looking at a guy if he's a narcissist. So I think I've come a little bit, been deciphering. And so it did teach me a lot about myself, and and about my power, giving it away, which is my most important lesson, because it used to cover every aspect of my life, but not anymore. So that's it, kind of the general gist of the twin flame journey that I was on, and what I had to learn from it myself. So if any of you have been on the journey, I'd love to hear your stories. As I said, I do read them. I might not get back to each one of you, but I certainly do read your stories and your comments, each one of you. And so that was an incredible time. So the thing is that, just on another note, actually, one of the tribe, she recommended me to look on Gaia. It's like Netflix, but it's spiritual. This series, I suppose, it's called Initiation: Journey to the Origins of the Universe. I strongly recommend that you watch it. It is so helpful for twin flames, and a lot of it's what I talk about. So, in maybe different words, we use different language because he's a little bit more scientific than what I am. I come from the heart and soul. That's where I come from. So it's more emotional, more feely, the way that I present everything to you, and how I do my work and so on. But it's a brilliant, brilliant series. I binge watched the whole lot all at once. It was fantastic. And very good information to help you on your journey as well. Like I like to give tools, that have been tried and tested to assist you on your journey. So, it's been great sharing this information with you, and I hope it's helped you. And any questions, like I said, leave a comment. I do one-on-one sessions, in person or on Skype, sorry. I do readings, which is more like coaching, shamanic healings. We work with Akashic records, past life, retrieval, raising your frequency, healing trauma, and inner child. So it's really important, to be on your soul mission. So this will all support, everything I do supports that. And loving self and coming into twin flame union. All the work that I do goes to this core, right? We start from the core of your issues. And if you'd like to join the Patreon community, thank you very much in advance. If you'd like to contact me, email's in the description. And this is my novel, which has helped so many twin flames already. I'm so excited about that. So if you'd like one, you can contact me and I can send it out to you. They're $22 plus postage, yeah? So, if you want to keep updated, please subscribe. And from my heart to yours, I'm sending you so much love. But let's put our hands together and make this world an amazing place, huh? Okay. Lots of love to you, Josephine.